Hey Taurus, how are you? I hope you're well. I hope you've had a wonderful month of October so far. Welcome to your new moon reading. We have a new moon around the 24th, 25th, depending on where you are in the world. If you're here with me in Europe, it will be the 25th, which is tomorrow. Or if you are in the States or the Caribbean or that part of the world, more than likely it will be around the 24th. It just depends on the time difference. So, you are influencing the new moon, which is really, really cool. I do like your energy in the new moon because it is a good time to make progress, which is what you bring as a Taurus sun sign. And if you want to know more about that and how you influence the new moon, I've written a full article all about you and what's going on astrologically over the new moon for Amira Ceylon, who's a psychic medium here on YouTube. If you just click the description box and see the details, you will find the link there. So let's get into it. Thank you so much for your likes, shares and subscribes as well. New followers, old followers, whoever you are, it's great to interact with you. So thank you so much, Taurus. I was drawn to a really pretty deck to read for you today, being the second house ruler that you are, liking the finer things in life, in wealth, and all that kind of thing. I thought I'll use one of my prettier decks. So we're going to go with Tarot Mocha today, or Tarot Luca, depending on how you pronounce it. Okay, let's see what's going on. Okay, Spirit, I want to tap into the energy of Taurus. If there is a message for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising, please let it be known. If there is a message. Okay, so 9 of Wands has just fallen out for you, so that's investment, investing your time. Let's see. There's a message, please let it be known. So first card will be Taurus's theme, second card will be the heart of the matter or issue, the Sun. So it looks like everything's going to be okay. Message is falling for you already. Third card will be the recent past, fourth card will be the present, fifth card will be the advice, and the sixth card, a potential outcome for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What does Taurus need to know? Okay, it's nice and shuffled. This is a general reading as well, guys, so it won't resonate with everybody because that's going to be impossible. Sometimes the messages are just for certain groups of people or a certain person. I don't restrict myself to love, finance, whatever comes up, whatever the Spirit puts in front of me, I read because I can. So we'll see. So this is just for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Let's see where your energy is. I feel really, really pulled here. I don't even need to go here or here. I feel like the message is here. So I'm going to just straight away go here. What the deck energy is the Five of Cups. Okay, so the Five of Cups. Cups as a suit is, you know, it's linked to matters of the heart, how we feel, our emotions, sometimes even relationships. 5 can be quite a restrictive number across the tarot. I'm not going to lie to you, it can be quite a restrictive number. It's normally where we face our challenges. And the 5 of Cups is exactly that. It's about disappointment. In this deck, as it's, you know, a pretty Art Nouveau deck, it's difficult to get the full energy as you would in a traditional deck. But normally you have a guy facing away, you know, and just concentrating on a few cups that are falling away. And the 2 cups are normally sat there behind him, and that is the energy of the 5 of Cups. It's about focusing on something that maybe has fallen away or something that you're maybe a little bit disappointed about, but forgetting that there's still 2 cups here for you. Okay, so the energy of the 5 of Cups is just that. It's, you know, not forgetting that if something has fallen away, if there is a little bit of disappointment, there are still 2 cups there for you to sort of go back and look at. Okay, let's see how that comes out in the main spread. Okay, so let's see what we've got. Wow, okay. Woo, Taurus, okay. 5 of Wands, 10 of Swords. Okay, the Fool. Hangman. 9 of Swords. King of Pentacles. Okay, right. I don't even really need to look at this for too long. It's jumping right out at me, especially with this underlining energy here as well. It feels as though for a Taurus or some Tauruses, there has been an ending to something for sure. And it feels as though that person, place, or thing, whatever the ending was with, it could have been quite quick, quite sharp, quite unexpected, and there may have been some battle around this, or that could even be the reason why it ended. But I feel as though this ending, what's fallen away, is going to set you on a new journey, or that's what you wanted. You wanted to go in a new direction with the person, place, or thing. And I feel as though after some maybe mental anxiety or stress that I can see here, eventually you're going to end up in a very, very good place. In a nutshell, that's what's jumping out at me. That's what I'm being pushed towards. So the Ten of Swords, that's the ending, the heart of the matter, the issue, the Ten of Swords. 10 is the number of completion in the Swords deck. It is completion as in like an ending. This is the suit of challenges. This is the suit of mental challenges as well. This is the air suit. So this could even be linked to a Gemini, Aquarius, or a Libra. It doesn't have to be, but it's that air energy. But there's a recent ending, and there was some battle with the Five of Wands. Now, as I said to you, 5 is the number of challenge across the tarot, and it's here. You've got the 5 of Cups. It's your underlying energy, the sadness, the disappointment, and the battle or the fighting that you may have had, whether this is internally or even mentally, with the air energy over this person, place, or thing or situation. You take how it resonates with you, Taurus. It's there. There's been a battle. But, you know, that new start of going out on a new journey or a new direction is definitely there for you, because you've got the Fool card in your past position, the recent past. So, as I said, it feels as though that's where you've been trying to go. That's what you've been trying to manifest, this new beginning, this new direction with, you know, whatever area of life it resonates. With me, what I'm feeling is more mental energy. This feels like there's been some kind of anxiety or some kind of mental challenge, like there's been a situation, person, place, or thing that is mentally been causing you a lot of stress, and that could be to do with work, it could be to do with a relationship, it could be to do with a person, a place, where you're living, whatever resonates. But the underlying energy, you know, and the foundation is that new beginning, the Fool. The Fool is the major arcana, so it is the lesson, it is the, you know, the advice, the guidance, the significant thing that happens that pushes you forward. It's not like a day-to-day energy like these. So I feel as though that new beginning that you're trying to, or you have been trying to carve out for yourself, is definitely going to be there. It is going to be there. But in the here and now, it feels very much like you're going to need to, you know, you might have to wait for a little bit with the Hangman. The Hangman, another major kind of card, can indicate waiting, exactly that, and it can also indicate needing to look at things from a different perspective. I hope you guys can see this very well because of the light I've got here. It's quite late in the evening, but, you know, looking at things from a different perspective with the Hangman, as you can see, you've got a guy hanging up and upside down, and he's not in any pain. You know, his head is illuminated 9 times out of 10 on the Hangman card, and that's to signify the learning, the looking at things from a different perspective, the evaluation that you might need to do. So I feel very much like this ending in this battle that you've had, you know, in the here and now, in the present, your job is to take from it what you can with the Hangman, learn from it so that it doesn't happen again, and also maybe be a bit patient around this journey that you are definitely taking with the Fool in the recent past position. So, you know, things are looking good. Do expect, though, I'm not going to lie to you, Taurus, do expect that there might be along the way, along this journey, this new beginning, there might be a little bit of anxiety, okay, with the 9 of Swords. Again, I explained to you what the Sword suit is about. It is that mental energy, our thoughts, how we learn things. It's all in the mind. It's not so much linked with the heart. And 9 is that number of, you know, content across most of the deck. apart from this particular suit, because this is the suit of challenge. And this is about getting to a place where you sometimes ask yourselves whether you can carry on. You sometimes ask yourselves whether it's possible to even go in this new direction or achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve. It's the anxiety. You know, as you can see here, you've got a woman here sitting down. She's looking, you know, quite distraught, and the 9 swords are around her. Traditionally, in most decks, the 9 swords are like facing down on a person in a bed who's like sitting up, covering their face, to indicate like the nightmares, the lack of sleep, the anxiety. It's not it's not really shown in a pretty light in a traditional deck, but this deck is a lot softer with the artistry, so you know, you can't see the energy as well, but it is that kind of energy of not being able to sleep, being a little bit anxious, worry. And I feel as though if that is something that happens along the journey, then I'm going to clarify this so that we pull another card, but I'm being pushed to say this is part of the process. You know, this is part of the process. This is just part of it to get to where you want to be, or what's waiting for you. Because what's waiting for you is a hell of a lot of stability once you come out the other side. And whatever this is, the situation, the person, place, or thing, whatever the ending was and the battle was that you have had or that you are having at the moment, you're going to end up in a very, very stable place with the King of Pentacles. Kings, you know, they are the major court cards. They are very established energies. This is also your energy as well. The Pentacle suit represents Earth, which is Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo energy. So taking the astrology away from it, the King of Pentacles is that solidness. It's the card of ultimate prosperity as well. So if this is a financial situation for you where there's been an ending over something, it could be work, maybe work's dried up, or it's linked to finance in some sort of way. A potential outcome is to be in a very prosperous position, again with the King of Pentacles here. And this is your energy sat directly underneath the Fool card, which is the journey. So this is you taking that journey, but there will be a little bit of up and down along the way, is what I'm feeling and what I'm seeing. So yeah, this could be linked to, as I said, with this ending, it could be linked to an air sign. Definitely could be linked to an air sign, an Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. It doesn't have to be, it could be anything, but that's what I'm feeling with the 2 air energies here, because you've mainly got air energy. Yeah, it's mainly air energy here that you've got, so it could be, or it could just be an indication what's coming to me of that whole mental stress that I feel this situation has been to do with. So overall, Taurus, it feels as though, you know, whoever this message is for, whoever this resonates with from the Taurus community, Sun, Moon, and Rising, you know, that underlying energy of the 5 of Cups with the disappointment that you might be feeling and the battle and the ending. I feel as I'm being pushed to say, ultimately, in the near future, this journey is going to start that you've wanted or that you need. You may not even have known that this, whatever it was, this situation, person, place, or thing was going to end. But it seems as though it's fallen away for a reason, because looking into the future, once you've had that little bit of a waiting game or evaluation, and maybe a little bit of anxiety about the direction that you're going in, you're going to end up in a very good place. So it feels as though it was kind of meant to fall away. And new moons are, you know, this is what new moons do. New moons are all about that new energy, moving forward. And although, you know, we've got a new moon in your sun sign, we are officially in Scorpio season, okay? It's Scorpio's birthday is coming up. The sun has moved into Scorpio, and Scorpio, that's what Scorpio brings. And I love about it because, you know, things falling away and things ending is exactly what happens around this kind of season, because Scorpio, they rule over the 8th house, they rule over death and rebirth, which is the 8th house, they rule over shed resources as well. They are ruled by the planet of Pluto, which is transformation and change. So we are very much surrounded astrologically with this energy anyway, of you know, the Ten of Swords, of things ending, of things falling away, because that's what this energy, this season does bring. But the good thing is, it's normally, you know, 9 times out of 10, there is something better, you know, from what's fallen away. So keep your chin up, Taurus. If this message is for you, keep your chin up. Let's look at this 9 of Swords. You're going to get a bit of clarification on this, because this is in your advice position, your advice and potential outcome. So, you know, it's sort of saying to me, and they're pushing me to say that, you know, as I said, expect maybe some kind of mental anxiety over this change, or this ending that it's sat right underneath. So let's see what else comes up. What does Taurus need to know about the 9 of Swords, the advice and guidance? Spirit one, we're seeing the 9 of Swords. What's the extra message? Okay, that card's flipped. The World. What did I just say to you? And you've got the Chariot is your underlying energy. Let me start here. So I spoke to you a little bit about the endings and the death and rebirth of the season that we're going into, and this is exactly the World card. The World is about closing out one chapter and starting another chapter. It's a major arcana card as well, like before, and just like the Hangman. So it's that life lesson. And interestingly, this is the last card of all the major arcana. So it's once you've gone through all the lessons, once you've gone through all the challenges, you get to card, you know, 22 if you include the 4, which is 0, and then you go back to 0. So these two follow each other. It's like you get to the World, you've learned everything, your new chapters beginning, and then you go on the journey and you go back to 0 and you start with the 4. So as I was saying, we're in that season. One chapter closing, one chapter opening. The 9 of Swords, the anxiety that you might face could be over this new chapter, this new beginning, this new journey. But what they're saying here is, you know, don't be anxious, because there is something, the door is open to something else, and could potentially even be something better, something that is going to be more secure, something more long term. So if it's a relationship that's ending, it could be that you walk into or meet someone, could be a potential earth sign like yourself, or this could just be your energy, who wants to have something a bit more secure, a bit more stable, a bit more long term. If it's work, and there's been a dry up of work, you know, another door's going to open, and again, that financial stability is there in your outcome position. Whatever it is, Taurus, the situation, person, place, or thing, there is something new opening for you, and it feels very much as though you are going on a journey, and you're leaving behind whatever this was, this battle that's come to an end. Now, the underlying energy now, after that shuffle, is the Chariot. And the Chariot, again, is another major arcana. You've got quite a lot of major arcana here, so there's a lot of lessons going on, a lot of learning. This energy is strength and determination. You know, it's getting through the challenge at whatever cost. It's also the card that represents Cancer as well. But I'm not really feeling like that Cancer energy, that it might be for some of you, but I'll put it out there. But more so, I'm feeling that this is to do with, you know, your energy, what you need to do to have that strength and have that determination to keep moving forward with this journey that you are on. And it feels good. You know, as I said, there will be some kind of challenge. I think you should expect that. You know, if you can have that in mind, that maybe there might be some kind of, it could even be just yourself, the mental challenge yourself, you know, based on what you're going through. Just know that it is part of the process. As I said, it's part of the process to open that new door and close out whatever it was, whatever it is here that this represents to you, Taurus. But let's pull your angel healing card. Let's see what comes up here. What's the message for Taurus? Okay, you've had 2 falls. So I'm going to just take both of them because they've both fallen. So you've got uplift your thoughts and you've got become the true you as 2 messages. So maybe this is messages for separate Tauruses that need to hear it. The first one, uplift your thoughts. I think this goes very much with this Nine of Swords energy that's here. You know, I spoke to you about the mental stress possibly that you might experience. And it reads, focus your attention on the many blessings that surround you. By doing so, you let go of depression, poor self-esteem and excess weight. So I feel as though that is just a general message to uplift your thoughts. Where I spoke to you about the feeling that I'm getting of some kind of anxiety that's here that you should kind of maybe expect, but it's all being part of the process. Keep your thoughts positive as you go through this new process, is what I'm being pushed to say in the message that's come out. Become the true you, also flipped for you, and it says show the world who you really are and what you're born to do. So again, it's that whole journey. That whole Fool energy, and I don't mean that as in like you're being a fool, but the Fool card is literally like the reset button, you know, if you like. You're back to, you know, the beginning, you're back to a clean canvas, you're back to, you know, going in whatever direction that you want to. And so if this is you on a journey and become the true you, I feel like I'm being pushed to say be authentic to yourself. So whatever this situation, person, place or thing was that might have fallen away, or will fall away, depending on when you're watching this, depending on how it plays out for the Tauruses that this resonates with. I do feel as though you're going to be on a much more authentic path and you'll be the true you. So that's positive. I'm going to do one more actually because I feel called to do one more. I'm going to see what comes out here for you. You've got a affirmation card, an affirmation message. Let's see what messages comes out here. Okay, what's the message for Taurus, Sun, Moon and Rising? Okay, we've got awareness. So it says pay attention to the subtleties. Look with new eyes. There are signs and omens everywhere. So there we go. It's that Hangman energy. The Hangman in your present position, where I spoke to you about, you know, evaluating, looking at things from a different perspective, being aware, learning about this situation, person, place or thing, whatever it is that resonates with you. Your affirmation message is awareness. Okay, so they're asking you to pay attention to the subtleties, look with new eyes. That's the Hangman, new eyes. There are signs and omens everywhere. So it feels very much to me, Taurus, like right now, for some of you, there's a few things really, but the main thing I feel like for you is let this fall away. Whatever this is, whatever this situation, person, place or thing, this Ten of Swords energy, whatever it is, the heart of the matter that you possibly had a little bit of a battle over or a hard time with the Five of Wands energy and the Five of Cups. That was your original underlying energy when I shuffled the deck. Let it go, I feel as though I'm being pushed to say, and go on your journey, move forward. Press the reset button, learn your lessons, you know, with the Hangman here, and keeping your thoughts, you know, positive, being the real you and being aware. Learn your lessons, do your evaluation and set off on your new journey. And if you do ever feel any anxiety, just know it's part of the process, because you're heading to a very, very beautiful place with the King of Pentacles, a great place of stability. This is just an all-round solid energy. Like I always say to like my girlfriends, if you want to find yourself a good man, find yourself the King of Pentacles, because he's just solid in every way. But it's that kind of energy, you know, you are just safe, you're secure, you're abundant, whatever you need, it's just there for you. You know, you're in a really, really good place. And again, this is your energy, you know, Taurus, Virgos, Capricorns, this is your energy here. So yeah, I think that's all I've got for you, Taurus. It feels like a time of change for you, is what I'm seeing, looking at these cards and these messages. A time of change, a time of maybe even acceptance over what's happened, a time of reflection, time of new journeys, and just knowing that you're going to end up in a good place, a very stable place, is a potential outcome for you. So have a wonderful new moon week, full moon. Sorry if I said new moon. Have a wonderful full moon, because we have the full moon in your sun sign, not the new moon, my mistake. And I will see you late this week when I upload your November reading for you to see how things go for you for November. Like I said, we're in death and rebirth season, so if this message is for you, just let it fall away and let the rebirth happen. Okay, I'll see you soon, Taurus. Take care.